So, at the end of every Yu-Gi-Oh arc, they like to tease us as to the next antagonist that we'll be following. Whether that's giving us a silhouette, like they did with the Machine Cavalry Club in Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens, or simply telling us a fact, like MYK has the Earthdawn at the end of the Udius vs. Zuijo first round duel. And after this first arc of the second season of Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush, we get hyped up once again, as we get another teaser. So I'm going to talk about it. Hello everyone and welcome to Dueling with Doubtson, and today we'll be giving you 3 ideas/theories surrounding that mysterious black aura that appears after Phaser's defeat. Now, if you've seen my episode 64 review, you'll roughly know what I'm going to be talking about with one of these ideas. But regardless, I'm going to be going into more detail and explaining my thoughts in a clearer manner. So sit back, relax, and let's get talking. So let's start off with the obvious. This looks and is shaped like undeveloped Earthdawn. When looking at this new substance and the purple undeveloped Earthdawn that Yuhi created from the beginning of Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush, it's clear the two do share some similar traits, with the main difference being their coloration. Now, we don't know everything regarding Earthdawn, but one thing we do know that is mega important is emotions. These are a big factor in making Earthdawn materialize, as we learned with Danamu being created thanks to Yushi's love and enjoyment for dueling. But with this newer and darker Earthdawn, could the reason as to why is this particular color again be related to a strong emotion? But then that leaves the question, who and what emotion was it created from? Well, currently within the show, we've just had 2 characters just duel each other with strong but negative emotions. Phaser with his hatred and rage towards aliens. This would work as after we see this appear, we get a much more kinder and more softer Phaser, who really doesn't show any negative emotions whatsoever. Could the reality be that because this new Earthdawn has now left and Phaser, it's changed Phaser's actual personality, thus making all of his hatred disappear? And to top that off, to follow up, we know that if someone is without their Earthdawn, yet is still roughly nearby, it can negatively affect their emotions, as we saw when Yuumu was possessed by the Earthdawn, and then Yuki started acting a lot differently. The second character that we can look at is Udius. Now, Yu-Gi-Oh! Protagonists have had an evil version of themselves to overcome. Think Atem with the Seal of Orichalcos. Think Judai with the Supreme King. And then Zark with, well, Nuya. Nuya with Zark. But what negative emotions would Udius have that could create an Earthdawn? Self-doubt and regret. Throughout this last arc, Udius has lost his friends time and time again. Thus, during the final stages of this arc, he feels alone, unsure, and guilty, believing that if he never returned, then none of this would ever happen. All of his friends would still be alive, and the situation would have resolved itself accordingly. However, these emotions alone aren't likely to be enough to create an Earthdawn. However, remember who Udius was with during this final duel. That's right, Udius had Danamu inside of him, who himself is Earthdawn. So is it out of the realm of possibility that part of Danamu got influenced by Udius's negative emotions and broke off, thus creating a more darker, unstable, materialized version of Earthdawn? So that was idea number 1. Let's roll on to number 2. Number 2 is that this simply is a dark, corrupted aura of someone who was carded by Phaser and is now returned to the real world. After all, when we see our cat heroes returning, we do see 4 cards that aren't shown. And 3 of those cards are most likely to be related to Tremolo's Maximum, thus being the cuties, because we saw those cats in the cat world already. But then, why would they show a 4th card and not make it important? Now, depending on when this card was captured and trapped inside the cat world, they could have spent a long time within the card world. And if our heroes could time travel, then why can someone else with a decent-sized brain do the same? And who knows what type of powers or people they can encounter while in that particular realm. They could go to the future, they can go to the past, and they could obtain a new power that has just been released into Musuba Town. So number 3 is a little bit on the crazy side, but just hear me out, because it's a fun idea. Number 3, data corruption. What if Yuga has now been corrupted by the helmet that he has been wearing and created? We know that he created the OTES program, and what if it's finally overtaken him? Just like how Dole does in Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's to Mimi. And this that we see here is just a visual representation that is symbolizing that this is happening. Do you remember a line that Nanaho said in Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's? She was crying when Yuga found her, saying that a ladybug was eating her head, thus giving Yuga his fear and reasons for making this helmet. Well, that and he needed to face Dinios' ladybug sort of earmuffs. But there is another line from Luke within Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's in episode 70 that fits so well with the idea of ladybugs eating people. He tells Yuga that if he runs away, everyone will be eaten by ladybugs. And who have we just met in the future? Well, Luke. Plus, none of those colors are black, red, green, and purple. 3 of which colors are shown in this very image. Now, there's already been an established idea, theme/fear from Yuga about being eaten by ladybugs. And the thing about his helmet allows him to overcome his fear of said ladybugs. So in short, the OTES program designed around fear and prevention of ladybugs has been hacked or corrupted, thus making Yuga run away after returning to his human form and ultimately becoming a future antagonist/obstacle for our heroes to overcome. This idea, of course, is a little bit of a reach, but I like it, and I would kind of feel like it's a little out of the box. But then again, 7's and Go Rush always thinks outside of the box and goes for the slightly wackier things in the show. So maybe it isn't out of the realm of possibility. So let me know, do you have any idea as to what this could be? Let me know your thoughts, your theories, and your ideas in the comments down below. Do you think I'm onto something, or do you think I'm just plain crazy? Anyways, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more things Yu-Gi-Oh! In the future. Have a great day. Arigato, matane, goodbye.